What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. It's Ars. Let's get productive. So I hope you all had a great holiday, Christmas, New Year's. I'm sorry it's been a little while, you know, been spending time with the fam, doing different things. So it's been a couple of weeks since I made a post, but I'm back like I never left, and I can't wait to kick it with you guys and show you guys some new plugins. Today we're going to talk about one in particular that I'm really excited about, by Baby Audio. You guys have heard me talk about this company in the past. Incredible plugins, incredible UIs. You know how I love my UIs. Baby Audio's been doing some really dope things, and they're coming through with a new plugin called Spaced Out. I've been using it for a little while. I love what this thing does. It's basically a reverb with built-in modulations and delay all in one plugin to give you a really weightless, spaced out, just a really euphoric, beautiful, lush sound when you apply it to different instruments. And so that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna apply this new effects plugin, Spaced Out, to some sounds, and we're gonna go over what this thing does and what makes it dope. But really quickly, before we jump into the review, I have something really dope for you guys. I'm going to be giving away a free copy of Spaced Out by Baby Audio. That's right, it's gonna be a free copy, free license, you know, just a free plugin of Spaced Out to one of you lucky viewers. So if you want a free copy of Spaced Out, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, and down below leave a comment, any comment. It could be about anything. It can be, hi, how was your day? Yo, I really want that free version of Spaced Out. Man, you're cool. You want to be friends? Leave it could, I don't know what it could be. So again, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and tune into the next video, and I will announce the winner and you'll get your free copy of Spaced Out. Now, without further ado, let's jump right in to the Spaced Out review. Let's do it. So what I did was I actually made a very simple beat, like simple drums and simple melody. That way we could really dive into the simplicity of the melody that I created and see how adding this reverb spaced out can enhance that simple melody and make it sound a lot better. So I'll play the melody, I'll play the beat, and then I'll play the melody by itself so you can hear how it sounds with nothing on it, right? And then we'll go into Spaced Out and we'll check it out. So first, this is the beat. Okay, so that's the melody and that's the drums. We're gonna play the melody without anything on it, without Spaced Out on it or anything. Let me solo the melody real quick. All right. And so we're going to dive into Spaced Out, we're going to add it to the melody, and we're going to go over what this thing actually does. So before we actually add it to the melody, let me walk you through the UI, walk you through this plugin, and give you some sort of an idea of what it is this thing actually does. So let's open it up real quick. So this is Baby Audio Spaced Out. Right off the bat, as you can see, you can adjust the size of the UI. So y'all know I love it when you can adjust the size of the UI. I'll take up the whole screen with it. So let's just take a really good look at this thing and see what it has to offer. So right over here on the left side, you have your echoes. In the middle, you have your mixing, so you can adjust between the dry signal and the wet signal. And over here on your right side, you have your reverb, so your space. So you have echoes, your mix, and space. If you go over to echoes, you have a few different modes, right? So you have 2 times, dotted, and triplet. You have a generator here, so it'll generate random delays for you, which is pretty cool. So it's like a little dice here. You can roll the dice. You can clear everything and set up the delay on your own. Kind of like a drum machine. You know, you can kind of, on some of the drum machines, you can kind of plug in where the kick is gonna hit and where the snare is gonna hit, and they kind of applied that effect to this delay right here. Over down here, you have the intensity knob, so you can adjust how intense you want the delay to be. You have your dimensions knob, which you can adjust the stereo field of the delay. So if you want it to be ultra wide, you can turn that on. You can change it to motion, and then you can just turn it off. You have different textures of the delay. So they have wonky tape, they have hazy, they have lo-fi, and they have clean. And we're gonna try all of these different things out. Like I said, once I apply it to the melody, we're gonna actually try these different things out so you can see what it's actually doing. You have your reverse knob here, so you can reverse the delay's playback, and you have your filter knob here, so you can adjust high pass, low pass filters, all of those different things. You can turn the delay on and off. So say you go over to the reverb section and you do a bunch of settings on your reverb section and you don't want the delay effect, you can actually turn that delay effect off by hitting this button right here. In the middle here, you have your mix knob, so you can adjust between your dry signal and your wet signal, and you can also adjust between the reverb section on your right and the delay section. So you can get a really nice effect by just moving this mixing knob around and having that little ball there sit exactly where you want it to sit. If you want it more so on the spacious side, but introducing more of the dry signal and less delay, you can get it right in this corner here. Down here you have Ducker. Now what Ducker does is Ducker ducks the wet signal behind the dry signal. Anytime the dry signal is hitting, it'll duck the wet signal back. And that's a good way to kind of compress the actual effect that's happening in the plugin. So when the melody, pretty much whenever the melody is hitting, you're still getting the presence of the melody, and the reverb and delay isn't overpowering the melody, because every time the melody hits, it ducks back the effect a little bit by however much you adjust this. So you can adjust this to kind of tell it how much you want it to knock back the effect. So it kind of works like a side chain for your effect. Ducker is pretty much side chaining the effect between your dry signal and your wet signal. Over here, you have the Ducker sync knob, and what the Ducker sync knob does is it syncs we're gonna call, for the sake of just understanding how this thing works, we're gonna call the Ducker knob the effect side chain. So what the Ducker sync does is it syncs the effect side chain to whatever the BPM in your DAW is. You also have the generator here, the little dice, the same thing you had in your delay section. You have a generator here, so it can kind of generate some random presets for you. And you have your output button right here. Over here on the right, you have your space section, which is pretty much your reverb section. You have pre-delay, stardust, mellow, cleanup, and width. So if you go in right here in the center here, this little knob here in the center, we'll call it the space knob, it kind of morphs your effect. It can morph the length of your effect and the modulation that's happening within the effect of the reverb. So you can move this thing around to get some different effects. Up top here, you have your program, and you can adjust the type of space that you're sitting in. So you have a medium space, outer space, small space, and you can adjust those things. Down here you have stardust, which is a type of modulation, and you have mellow, cleanup, and width. I'll show you what those things do on the actual sound itself. So let's get the sound going, and we're gonna add these different, a few other things that I forgot to. You also have, if you go up here to the top, you also have night mode and day mode, so we can adjust between two different colors. If you turn on night mode, that's for like when it's dark and you may not want the vibrancy of a bright UI blinding you in a dark room and all of that. So you can turn night mode on and just, you know, give your eyes a little bit of a rest. And you have, you know, daylight mode, which is obviously a lot brighter. You can click the baby audio sign right here, and that will bypass the actual plugin. I'm sorry the computer's moving a little bit slow. I have some things open right now, so my computer's kind of dragging a little bit. Up here you have your presets. Looks like you have 125 presets. It's pretty dope. So you go up here at the top, you can click on your presets, and you can save what you do here as a preset. All right, so let's play the melody, and I'm gonna turn everything off and then introduce each aspect of the plugin one by one, and we'll see what this thing does. So right now I'm gonna play the melody with nothing on. Everything is bypassed. And now I'm gonna turn on the delay section of this plugin. So turn down the intensity a little over here. Now, like I said, they have the dimensions button right here, so it makes the delay ultra wide. I can turn that off, and it kind of narrows that effect a little bit. I can change the texture. That's clean. That's wonky tape. Wonky tape sounds like it kind of has like a wah-wah effect going on. Lo-fi is nice. So that's lo-fi. This is hazy. I'm gonna leave it on lo-fi and turn the dimensions to ultra wide. Let's throw the randomizer dice on real quick. That's interesting. Let's try reverse. So it's just reversing the effect a little bit. That's interesting. So I can go right here to the mix knob, and then you can really hear what's happening with the effect if I turn it to wet. Right? But I don't want that much of it, so I'm gonna bring it down to introduce more of the dry signal. Right? Now if we go over to the space side of the effect, I'm gonna turn that on and we can see what that does. You can change the width. Let me turn off the delay for now, just so you can hear what's actually happening in space. So I turned off the delay so you can hear what's happening over here a bit more. I'm widening the reverb. Let's go to outer space. And you can really hear how spacious that sounds. Wow. So that's one of the really cool things about this, is how real the reverb and the space, like the spaced out aspect of this really sounds. Like, it doesn't sound cheesy. Like, it really gives a very wet, I love using the word euphoric, but it really does feel amazing and it really does feel nice. But it really gives you a lot of atmosphere and a lot of space to your sound. So if you have a really simple melody, putting something like this on your melody really gives it a lot more space, and it makes it just makes it interesting. So let's go back to the verb and we can listen more to what it's doing. We can bring this in a little bit more. So you can change the length of how long you're dragging out the reverb. I think that's good right there. And with mellow, you can kind of calm the verb down, as you can see here. Or you can turn it up. And really get a bright kind of star atmosphere going on. I think this is really intense. Medium space, let's try vacuum. See, so vacuum pretty much just sounds like a open, like a live recording room, like for drums. Like maybe if you were playing drums or something, vacuum might sound nice on some drums. But like for effect, for a simple melody, I want to go wild. So I'm gonna put outer space on and go crazy. And then I'm gonna just take the mix knob over here in the middle and bring the dry signal in a little bit more so it's not so overpowering. I'm gonna turn the ducker on, so the melody ducks the effect back a little bit. And then I'm gonna turn the delay back on. So this is the melody by itself, without the effect on. And this is the melody with the effect on. Put the ducker on. And now the cool thing about all of this is if I like the settings that I just did and I just introduced to the actual sound, I just go right up here, hit save, and I can just save that as a preset. Let's call it Ars Verb. And we'll save that. And now it's up here in my presets. So now when I go to my presets, I can just go to Ars Verb and my settings are already there. And you can also, like I said, it has over 100 different presets already tuned in. So let's just try one of the presets so you can see what it does. They have Def Nightclub. We can try that. So that's Def Nightclub. You see what I mean? Like a melody so simple. Like this is the melody again without anything on it. And then this is the melody with Def Nightclub on it. It just gives it so much flavor. Like straight up, that's the word for this, is flavor. Like it really gives your sound a lot of sauce and a lot of season. I really feel like a lot of trap producers can use this effect because it can take those very simple trap melodies and really expand it and make it sound crazy. So that was Gate Art. Let's try Rewind. Let's just see what it does there. So this is the Rewind preset. So it's very subtle, but on the tail end of the effect, you can hear it kind of rewinding back. Just gives it a little extra tail and just kind of gives it that rewind effect. But again, I can adjust the mix knob and get more effects. So let me adjust the mix knob. It's really great. I mean, you can sit here all day and play with these presets, but you can also build your own settings and like I said, save them as presets and really do a lot of interesting things. I really think you can get a lot of different effects out of this out of this plugin here that'll really brighten up the melodies in your tracks. And I think you can probably do some pretty interesting things with drums too. So let me play the beat with the settings that I put on the melody. So let's play the beat. And then let's try one of these presets. Let's try this. This is gate arc. This is bubble dives. Ooh, this is crazy. Whoa, this is crazy. Breaks and flows. So this preset right here, breaks and flows, is crazy. I'm a save this as under a different name. I'm gonna call it Ars Crazy. Just because I want to remember it. I want to be able to find it when I'm looking for it. But oh wow. Yeah, this sound crazy. And if that was sound, like I said before, if that's sounding too much, if it's too intense, I can introduce more of the dry signal so it's not too crazy on the reverb. Yeah. Turn the ducker on. Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, that is pretty much it. That is Spaced Out by Baby Audio, and that is awesome. I didn't even go through all 100 plus presets that were on there, but just a few that I went through, I think you were able to hear that they offer a lot of interesting settings and a lot of different sounds and textures and just different things that you can infuse into your melody to really bring out something different. And one of the cool things I like about this plugin is it can really get you a sound with your melodies quickly that might take you 2 or 3 different plugins and tweaking 2 or 3 different plugins to achieve the sound that this one plugin can do with just a preset. You know, I think the UI is really cool and really user friendly. It's easy to use. It's not too much going on in there so that it's confusing. And having the delay and the reverb and your mixer all in one, just one UI without any drop down menus and any extra buttons you have to get to another. Sometimes plugins can do so much that it becomes overwhelming. And especially if you're just trying to really quickly, you know, tweak your sound and get it sounding different, but get it sounding cool. You don't want to be overwhelmed with so many settings that you're just there for hours, you know, bullshitting. And I think that this plugin really allows you to get some really creative and really dope effects without having to deal with the hassle of all the extras. And so I would definitely suggest this for anyone out there looking for not just a cool reverb or not just a cool delay, but a cool modulation and just a really any producer looking to get a plugin that's going to really take simple melodies and brighten them up and warp them up and make them sound cool and make them sound different. Spaced Out by Baby Audio is the plugin for that. I'm really getting a lot of usage out of this thing. I just put it on this simple beat here just so you guys can hear what it can do, but I've been using it on a lot of different beats in general since I got it. and I haven't grown tired of it yet. I'm still exploring. I'm still figuring a lot of things out. And so, yeah, I suggest that you guys go right over to Baby Audio, pick this thing up because it's awesome. So yeah, that's it for this review. As always, please hit that subscribe button if you like the video, and drop a comment down below letting me know any new plugins or VSTs that you want to see me review. You know, I'm always looking forward to bringing something new to the channel that you guys might not be aware of, but there might be things that you guys are aware of that I'm not aware of, and I can't wait to check it out and review it for you guys. So just leave a comment down below letting me know different things that I should check out. And yeah, thank you for stopping by, and I see y'all on the next one. Peace.